the King has issued a rallying call to the Commonwealth to unite and be bold to reach its near boundless potential as a force for good.
Whether on climate change and biodiversity loss, youth opportunity and education, global health, or economic cooperation, the Commonwealth can play an indispensable role in the most pressing issues of our time. Ours is an association not just of shared values, but of common purpose and joint action.
Now, in his first Commonwealth Day address as monarch, Charles was joined by other senior royals at Westminster Abbey today. But outside, there were anti-monarchy campaigners and people protesting against the treatment of the LGBT community in some Commonwealth countries. It follows a rise in Republican sentiment. Now, last year, William and Kate were criticised for the imperial tone of their Caribbean tour, and Edward and Sophie were met with protesters calling for slavery reparations in St Lucia. In 2021, Charles travelled to Barbados as the country removed Queen Elizabeth as head of state to become a republic. Now, with Australia and New Zealand hinting they're prepared to cut ties with the Crown, has the Commonwealth had its day? I feel really passionately about this. It's a voluntary association of 54 countries. It's a third of the world's population, 2.5 billion people. Just think about the magnitude of that. And actually, and I would say this, wouldn't I actually think the fact is that many countries want to join, Gabon being the latest one that wants to join the Commonwealth. It was the Queen's mission in her lifetime to grow the Commonwealth. I think as we can be a force for good together, I would also say this post-Brexit, we should look outside the European Union. I think this is a great way to come together and unite. I'm really proud.
I think there's only one thing to say about it, is that there's 54 countries still in the Commonwealth, and there are some big countries that want to leave or indicate that they may be seeking to leave, you know, the likes of Australia. Although the jury's out on that, whether or not they will actually vote for it. The point is the vast majority of Commonwealth countries belong to the Commonwealth voluntarily. They belong to the Commonwealth because they want to. So why would you call for it to be scrapped? That's more than 50 countries. They want to be a member of this organisation. Why would you get rid of it?
I think there's an argument that a lot of countries felt that their alliance of the Commonwealth was a lot to do with their affinity with Queen Elizabeth II. And so upon her passing, it felt like the end of an era. And so you have many more countries, like Jamaica is going to be one of them that's looking to remove you know, the King as head of state. You've got a few other countries, particularly in the Caribbean, looking at that. And actually,
but you've got 50 that don't want to.
No, let me finish. But the thing is, for a lot of countries in the Commonwealth, and not all, because you have Gabon who's just joined, right? So for a lot of countries in the Commonwealth, the idea of the Commonwealth is a bit of a hangover from imperialism.
But there's a big... They're not saying
that. They're not saying that, Afua. They want to stay.
Afua, not Afua. A lot of those effects are still felt today. So therefore, they think that, you know what, actually, it doesn't benefit us to have the monarch as head of state.
But can I just pick you up on that?
I don't know why I'm not finishing my sentence.
Because I just need to correct something.
And you finish yours.
So
for a lot of countries, they feel that it's not beneficial, but a lot of countries do. Like I said, Gabon has just joined. So what you've got to do is you've got to think that the Commonwealth means different things for different countries who are members of it.
But can I just correct you? So that in Commonwealth realms, the King is head of state. The Commonwealth, the King is not head of state. So that is why...
he's the head of the Commonwealth.
So that's what I was just trying to clarify there. So, for example, India does not have the King as head of state, but is in the Commonwealth.
Yes. So, yes, you do have countries that are of the realms, which is Australia and Canada.
So
you have
Jamaica, for example.
Of that are in the Commonwealth, Ghana, Jamaica.
Yeah.
And a lot of them just don't feel it's beneficial. And also, I will say this, that a lot of the 2.5 billion...
A lot. How many? How many?
A lot of the 2.5 billion people are of the global south. If you let me finish my sentence, Kevin, a lot of those 2.5 billion are in the global south, and they've seen the treatment of Meghan Markle, and they don't like it. And actually, that resonates a lot deeper than people will understand.
But how many countries are you saying are considering leaving because of the treatment of Meghan Markle? You keep saying a lot.
That's not what I said. What I said was, Kevin, there's that a lot of people, of the 2.5 billion, are in the global south. If you'd let me finish my sentence the first time, you would have heard it.
Well, that doesn't really answer my question.
Because that's not what I said, though. You're asking a question I didn't answer because I wasn't talking about that.
How many countries want to leave? How many?
But we know, Kevin, we know that a significant number of countries
how many?
are talking about having new referendums, talking about having
It's about
discussions.
3, as far as I could work out.
No, there are significantly more than that. But the point about the Commonwealth is that it's voluntary. So
It's voluntary.
if a politician stands up and says, "I'm going to have a referendum," nobody's going to stop them. And then if they win the referendum, they stay in. And if they don't, they leave.
And on a rather frivolous note, I actually enjoy the Commonwealth Games.
Sorry. Actually, to be honest, I do like the Commonwealth Games as well.